Looney Bin says he's very happy to see you. You can see Swishy Tail, which means he'll be here for just a couple more moments. My Dharma talks are, he's not so much into him. He says, I'm just naturally spiritual. I'm so grateful for the big boy. Hey, it's so good to see you guys. I have so much to say today, and now I've already burned up like 45 seconds, but I'll try to just cut to the heart of the matter, and that is, um, I did talk to my lawyers this morning, and I'm issuing a disclaimer, and there's nothing I'm talking about this week that is not obvious and that you guys don't already know and that you are expert at and that you employ all the time. And I'm just bringing up this week because it's up inside of me, and it feels like sometimes what rises up in my mind also rises up in my friends as well. And there's almost a group calling for whatever the message is for the week. And I take zero credit for that. It's one of my favorite prayers is, Lord, make me a channel, and we're all channels at our best, and we allow love, light, and truth to move through us. So now I burned up 2 minutes. Okay, what else? One of my favorite spiritual sayings amongst, the thousands of them is, in all spiritual work, effort defeats itself. In all spiritual work, effort defeats itself. Well, why? Well, I think what Emmett Fox was getting at when he said that is that effort denotes self-will, like we can do it on our own human unaided will, rather than tapping into infinite power or aligning with it. And so in this whole topic of thank you, which is the topic this week, I noticed myself at the start today, I was hey, let's whip ourselves into a frenzy or a rampage of gratitude. And I realized that to some degree that could be overstated. So what I'm talking about this week is a cultivated, relaxed, anticipatory, blessed feeling of upcoming good. And it's this feeling of thank you in advance, living in a continuous state of thanks. Now, it occurred to me that as I was thinking about thank you and gratitude, that some people are born grateful. They seem to have a natural, inherent, spontaneous, easy sense of gratitude for life. Their whole sense of life is that it's a gift and it's an ongoing gift. The 12 people that were born that way, the 9 of them, I don't know, but some of us weren't necessarily born that way, and maybe we've struggled with, how shall we say, not thank you and not gratitude. Either we didn't realize it early on, it wasn't taught to us, it didn't occur to us yet. Maybe we were grateful, the girl did say yes, the guy did buy you a 6-pack outside the liquor store even though you were underage. We said thank you at certain times. I'm sure your thank yous were more appropriate than mine. But as we got more and more into the spiritual game and we heard more about gratitude and we realized its great blessings, we sort of began to cultivate, and it was a discipline, wasn't it, to begin to cultivate gratitude and thank you for everything. Is it not true? Isn't life messy? I mean, we could write a spiritual bestseller and the quote on the front page would be, the leading quote would be, life is messy. Because really, right in the middle at the good part, I've had it. Anyway, life is messy, right? And so, man, there's so much to not be grateful for, the messiness of life. And of course, that's not strongly enough said. The suffering, the pain, the anguish, the betrayal, the wounds, the trauma, the PTSD, blah, 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 blah. There's so much not to be grateful for. But man, when we turn the corner and we realize, be grateful for everything, a continuous state of spontaneous, natural, easy, relaxed thank you for everything, we are greasing the skids for the receipt of so much more to be grateful for, because we have about 70 million prayers all lined up that ain't been answered yet. And as we get into a condition of gratitude and thankful, man, oh man, the floodgates are just going to open up. So an analogy that I thought of, or maybe my teacher thought of it and I'm stealing it from him, and thank you, teacher, for some of the things that you said that I'm now purloining for my own personal use. Thank you. But he, yes, it's his. He used an analogy of pouring motor oil out of a can. And if you pour it really slow at the start, you get like one drip, especially if it's cold motor oil. One drip, two drips, larger drips, but they're coming in segments. And then the your hand around the can warms it up. It gets warmer outside. You tilt it a little more, and that segmented, individuated thank you, it becomes a stream. It becomes a viscous, ongoing stream. And great yogis have talked about this moving from segmented consciousness into continuous, viscous, ongoing, a flow of bliss and love and joy. And that's what we're working on this week is this thank you for all of it. Thank you that I can say thank you. Thank you for the mess. Thank you for the worst things that have ever happened that have obviously led to the best things that ever happened. And most of all, thank you for the unfolding glory that is right out in front of me. And I'm realizing, and all of us together, we're whipping ourselves up into a relaxed rampage. We're whipping ourselves up into a fun frenzy of anticipation of the great goodness that's most certainly in our destiny. And the key to the kingdom is to be grateful in advance, to feel it, to prepave our souls for it. So that was a lot of yada yada, but I'm grateful that this topic has come up and we're all obviously into it together. So pour out that thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.